Yeah, hey everyone. So for today's topic, I wanted to talk about the concept of a jar file. And that we see it fairly often in the integration platform. You may know, oh, you just need to deploy jar file X and this connection will work. Well, what's in that jar file that gets it to work is something you should understand as well. So with that said, we're going to be talking about what is a jar file specifically, why it's used. Then we'll get into more Boomi related stuff with it, like the custom library, extracting a jar file, etc., etc. So with that said, a jar file, it's essentially a file format that contains class files, metadata, etc. into one file. So it's going to be a .jar extension. Essentially, the whole point in jar files is it's compressed and you can distribute it to other projects, like whatever you're doing, assuming this can help that use case, you can package all the stuff into a jar. So all your Java project, all your code, and then reuse it, which is awesome. So for example, there's jar files to connect to mail servers, to implement OAuth logic, items of that sort. So instead of starting from scratch, you have this jar file that contains code that's going to do what you want, and then you can manipulate it per your use case. So with that said, you can create and decompile jar files. So creating meaning that you can convert your class files, let's say in Eclipse, which is an IDE, just a development environment where you can write your Java code. You can just extract it to a jar file and then essentially decompiling, same method, but there's tools for that as well. So with that said, I'm just going to pull up a sample jar file. So right here, for example, just java-1.0.jar. So it's saying what it contains. There's some class files. There's a manifest file, which is essentially think of it as metadata for the particular jar file in a .mf format. And then other items with that, like an XML file, a properties file, and more classes. So let's say I downloaded it. And it's in a .zip right now. It's zipped up, but if you look here, here's my .jar file. And then our next topics will kind of cover, let's say I need this jar file. What should I do with it in Boomi? Let's say I want to view what's actually in the jar file. What do I do at that point in time? And that will kind of cover our next topic. All right, sounds good, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.